Hey there people, it's Fresh Mark sent to another fresh review, aka Zest for Life, and I'm going to be doing something a little bit different. I'm going to be reviewing a perfume called Lacoste French Panache. Now, what I'm doing different is I'm staying away from the ambery fragrances, the woody fragrances, the oud and stuff like that. I'm going into the summer fragrances because summer is well on its way. We're not having cloudy days anymore. Sometimes we have a little bit of rain showers, but most of the time it's sunny and fresh. So I wanted to introduce a flanker of the Lacoste Louis 1212 fragrance collection. The French Panache is something that introduces red apples and lavender to the fragrance. I'm going to spray it on. Does things a little bit differently. It has notes that remind me of Bleu de Chanel with lemon zest. The opening, the first bit that you get, and let me spray it properly because it's quite windy. You get, there's supposed to be cardamom in the top note, but it's just the light greenness with the sweetness of lemon zest, and you get a juicy mandarin orange that reminds me of Lacoste L'Homme Intense. Now, Lacoste L'Homme Intense is slightly darker because it has ginger and it goes into a more cloudy, sort of rainy, autumnal feel. But this, however, uses the Lacoste L'Homme Intense Mandarin Orange to open it slightly tart and green with bitter orange zest flavors like the skin of orange with the juiciness of a rounded mandarin orange. So that is a burst of juicy orange freshness, the sweetness of lemon zest mixing with a slight green aromatic note of cardamom, and now the cardamom really comes in on the mid, even though it's noted as a top note of the fragrance, a beginning note. But as you go into the mid, you get what is it? The lavender and red apples starts to really shine, the fruitiness of it. And when you mix the sweet rounded fruitiness of red apples, which is juicy like a crunchy red apple, mixing it with the tart, bitter and sweet nature of mandarin, you start to smell the white floral nature of Narcissus in the base. So this perfume, this goes through its stages quite quickly. It lays on the juiciness of the mandarin, the lavender, the softness of powdery lavender, mixing with sandalwood. Sandalwood comes in at the end, but it goes from juicy fresh mandarin, sweet red apples, and then you have the lavender and sandalwood, and the bitter green nature of Narcissus with a white linen like floral nature coming to the forefront at the base. That means towards the end of the fragrance. This I believe that the French Panache version of the French Panache of this is its unusual mix of white linen like Narcissus, the bitter green nature mixing with the top note of green and juicy rounded orange, mandarin orange note. It has juicy freshness, a clean white floral note, and at the end it's powdery, creamy, soft with lavender and sandalwood. That reminds me of Mont Blanc Legend, which is the white one. For all you that don't know what that is, the white bottle. So that lavender and creamy sandalwood keeps it airy, refreshing, like the original's DNA. Not so much white floral as the original. The slight, I thought it would be some ylang-ylang in here, but I think the spiciness of the cardamom, it comes out through the mid, but there's no ylang-ylang or butteriness from here. There's just a sweet mix of green cardamom, it's almost like the velvety green skin of cardamom. It's not so much of a forceful green rush of aromatic scent flavor going through it. It's more of the skin of the cardamom mixed with a sweet lemon zest in the mid. So definitely a very light, fresh summer fragrance. White florals mixed with creamy sandalwood, touch of lavender, and a juicy mix of mandarin orange with a slight bitter marmalade flavor with juicy red apples. So it's light, fresh, creamy, sweet, and definitely a little bit green for summer. You can wear this in spring too, but I tell you one thing, I was spraying it outside. First, I was not impressed with the longevity, but I was wearing it on a new t-shirt and I kept on missing my shirt because it was very windy. So once I finally sprayed it on and actually hit my body and the t-shirt on a full contact spray, I found that the red apples resound the most. Red apples and the white floral, white linen nature is there. So it's gentlemanly from the white linen and the red apples in a sort of English way, and then it has a fruity, aromatic, zesty, and slightly creamy touch from the fruity notes and sandalwood in the base. So definitely a very refreshing, zingy, gentlemanly yet different perfume. If you want to wear it for casual days, summer and spring, go ahead. But the longevity on this, it lasts longer on the clothes, I'd say about 4 hours, with projection of 3 hours. But on the skin, I think it would last as 5 hours, and I think it's great as not so much of a giant projecting scent. It projects for the first 2 hours, let's say, maximum 1 hour, really 1.5 hours. It's not a big projector, and then it goes sort of close to you, sort of mid-range and skin scent for the last 5 hours of the scent, last maximum of about 5 or 6 hours on the skin. But I've still yet to get a full day's wearing of this. I sprayed this at different times, done some exercise, seen how this dries down. When you're doing exercise, it completely runs through it, and it's more of a scent for after exercise. It wouldn't really keep you fresh during exercise or anything, but it would be an enjoyable, refreshing scent if you wanted to boost yourself after gym or after a shower, sunny day or spring. Definitely check out Lacoste Louis French Panache L.12.12 Eau De Toilette. I got this 100ml for £35. If you like a fresh, summery, zesty scent, let me know what you think in the comment section about Louis 1212. Stay free and stay fresh.